Place them in your garden, and your plants will start growing in no time. Ordinary aluminum foil can be very useful in the garden. It helps vegetables, flowers, and fruits grow better. Cut the aluminum foil into strips, then cut those strips in half. Ideally, they should be roughly square-shaped, but they don't need to be too big. Prepare some wooden skewers. Attach each piece of foil to 2 skewers by wrapping the foil ends around them. This will create a small flag. Take empty toilet paper rolls and cut them lengthwise. You'll get a flat piece of cardboard. Wrap it in aluminum foil on both sides. Then punch small holes in the foil-covered cardboard and thread a string through them. In the garden, place the foil flags near your vegetables. They work great around lettuce, cabbage, or kohlrabi. Position them with the shinier side facing south. Stick them into the soil wherever you see bird-damaged leaves. Hang the foil-covered cardboard pieces on fruit trees to keep starlings and other birds away. The sunlight reflecting off the foil discourages birds from feeding on your vegetables and fruits. Get rid of aphids and ants in an unusual way. Ordinary tape, used in a clever way, can save your trees. You'll wish you had known this trick sooner. When spring arrives and trees start budding, ants and aphids also make their appearance. These insects are closely connected. Ants protect aphids to feed on the honeydew they produce. If you see ladybugs on your trees, that's a good sign. They eat aphids and are your natural allies. That's why plant protection should eliminate pests without harming beneficial insects. If you notice ants on your fruit trees, it's a clear sign that aphids are present. There's a simple way to block the ants' path to the aphids. Use tape. Any regular tape will work, clear, brown, or silver. However, do not wrap the tree with the sticky side facing out, as this would trap all insects, including helpful ones like ladybugs. Instead, wrap the tape around the tree in 2 places at different heights with the smooth side facing out. While ants can walk across a flat surface, adding this extra barrier will disrupt their movement and discourage them from reaching the aphids, all without harming ants or ladybugs. On the stakes in the garden, tie bundles with soap. You will be surprised by their action. This soap has an unusual application in the garden. You will get to know it right away. Choose the soap with the sharpest and strongest scent. Cut the soap bar into smaller pieces. You can cut this soap with scissors, but if you have a harder soap, use a knife or a vegetable grater. Smaller pieces of soap are needed. Prepare a cloth and cut it. You will get several smaller pieces. Place pieces of soap on each piece of cloth. Divide roughly evenly. Take a string, make such a pouch and tie it. Do the same with the remaining pieces of cloth with soap. The string must be a bit longer. You will have these bundles. Also, take stakes for the field. Hammer them at the plot boundary. Tie 1 soap pouch to each stake. The stakes can be at different distances. Why am I doing this? The soap will deter deer. When vegetables are growing in the garden or you have young trees, the strong scent of soap will deter them. During rain, some of the soap will dissolve and flow into the ground. At ground level, the scent will deter rabbits. That's why you should drive in stakes with soap at the plot boundary. It will be an invisible barrier to pests such as deer and rabbits. When the soap dissolves or is blown away, hang up new ones. And you're done. You have a chance that your harvest will remain intact. I put it in the molehill, and the moles flee from the garden. Just 2 things are enough to keep them away. When you see molehills, act immediately. First, grab an empty plastic bottle. You'll also need a drill and a stick. Use the drill to make a hole at the bottom of the bottle so the stick can pass through and hold it in place. Next, take a marker and draw 4 rectangles on the bottle, leaving 1 long side uncut. These will be your cutting lines. Use a utility knife or scissors to cut along the lines. Fold the cutout rectangles outward as shown in the video. Press them at the base so they don't bend back into place. Now, insert the stick through the hole at the bottom of the bottle, and you're ready to go to the garden. When you open a molehill, you'll see a tunnel inside. Brush your dog and collect the fur. Don't throw it away. Instead, place some in each molehill. Moles avoid dogs, and the scent of fur will keep them away. Additionally, use the bottle. When the wind blows, it spins and makes noise. Placed in the molehill, it will scare the moles away. This simple trick will help you get rid of moles in your garden. For planting garlic, I use newspapers. Thanks to this, I have better yields. When it's time to plant garlic, I take newspapers with me to the field. I chop the garlic and put it into a container with brine. I make the brine for soaking garlic by dissolving a tablespoon of salt in water. 1 tablespoon per liter of water is enough. The salt will protect the garlic from fungal diseases, but salt also protects the bulbs from onion fly larvae. Garlic untreated with salt can become a breeding ground for these flies. As a result, garlic bulbs rot. Soak the garlic in salt water for at least 15 minutes, then simply dry it and plant it. Traditionally, garlic is planted every 6 to 10 centimeters. Rows should be spaced between 25 and 30 centimeters apart. However, you can further protect such planted garlic by using newspapers. Planting garlic through newspapers is a simple trick. However, laying out newspapers on a windy day is not an easy task, so it's best to moisten the newspapers. Use water for this. Spray the newspapers or pour water on them. You can also soak them in a bucket of water before laying them out in the field. Newspapers are ideal for mulching. Garlic planted through newspapers is additionally protected from weeds. They don't grow as fast then. This way, you'll have better yields. Before planting onion sets, enrich the soil to increase your harvest. If you prepare the soil properly, your yield will be much larger than in previous years. Onions thrive in fertile and nutrient-rich soil. However, location is also important. They should not be planted in the same place as the previous year or where garlic or leeks were grown. Onions grow well alongside carrots. Onions protect carrots from carrot flies, while carrots protect onions from onion flies. You can also plant onions next to tomatoes, cucumbers, cabbage, or beets. But soil conditions aren't the only factor for a successful harvest. Onion sets can be treated before planting. Soaking them in salt water for a few minutes helps, but there's an even better option. One product works more effectively than salt and can be used in several ways. It's rich in phosphorus, potassium, calcium, and microelements. It's wood ash. You can use it not only to treat onion sets, but also as a soil fertilizer. Simply sprinkle ash into the planting holes, and the onions will grow like never before. Wood ash also repels onion pests. The calcium it contains is essential for the growth of all vegetables. If you don't have much ash, mix it with water and soak the onion sets for a few hours. You can also coat the bulbs in dry ash before planting. With this method, you'll enjoy an abundant harvest this year.